And welcome back. Well, today, harnessing the power of your intuition. We all go through transitions in life, relationships, changes, and loss. So how can we navigate these difficult times and find new direction in life?
Here's Molly's conversation with Ellen McGinnis, a life transition expert and founder of Live Your Jam. Her mission is to help people live with clarity, purpose, and unapologetic truths.
So happy we're talking about intuition, because I've often doubted mine or sort of ignored mine. And so I think it's really important, especially as we go through changes.
Yes.
You know, I talked about career changes, relationship changes, loss, grieving, things like that. What do you think are some of the biggest challenges that people face during these transitions?
Yeah, during times of change, we can often feel adrift or unmoored from our old identity or what felt comfortable to us. So what I see people doing is almost instinctively going outside of themselves looking for answers, asking people or trying to find some solution for what to do next, when really the direction they need to take is to go inward and start to trust their intuition for the answers.
Oh, that's so true. We ask our friends, we ask, our coworkers, what should I do? You pray about it, and sometimes that answer is right within ourselves.
Yes.
You teach that intuition can be a very powerful tool. A lot of people have said that before, but I think a lot of times we're not even sure how to define it. We're not sure when we hear it. So what does it feel like when our intuition is speaking to us?
Right. So I think that intuition is the language of the soul. It's actually how our highest self communicates with us. And from a scientific perspective, intuition isn't mystical. It's actually biological. It's the three intelligence centers, the head, the heart, and the gut, processing information more quickly than the conscious mind can. So with intuition, you actually don't even need the logical mind, because it is a felt sense. It is a direction that is it pulls us somewhere that feels inexplicably true or right. It's an idea. And so with intuition, there's more sensing than logic.
I've never heard anybody explain the biological part of it, which makes so much sense to me. I'm using my logical brain again. So for someone who's overwhelmed, because I think that so happens in times of life transitions. You and I have both been through transitions, uncertain times, feeling a lot on our plate. How can people start to hear their intuition again if they feel like it's been silent for a while?
Right. The first thing I tell people is stop trying to think your way out of it, because intuition speaks calmly, and it actually cannot be heard over mental chatter. So what I tell people to do is really start to quiet themselves, and you'll find is your intuition grows as you become more quiet.
I love that. Have you personally experienced a time, I know this because we're friends, but when has your intuition served you during a time of transition?
I have many examples, but I think the most profound one is I've worked for years in private and public sector helping leaders navigate change. And over time, in conversation with those leaders around strategy, performance, what have you, we always came to this conversation around meaning and were we living our lives and with the biggest meaning and impact that we could. And it was a synchronicity, because I was going through the same thing, and my intuition kept nudging me to explore that deeper. And that led me to what I do today, which is help people navigate life transitions by going inward and getting the answers from within. So that's a pretty profound example.
For sure. And I think I remember you saying that too, working with executives, and they were having a lot of financial success and career success, but not necessarily identifying with the purpose of what they're doing.
Yes.
And so I think that it's so important for us to just be silent long enough to really hear that voice. So what I always wonder is, how do you know if you're actually listening to your intuition, that thing that you said in your head, your heart, and your gut, versus some other voices that might also be trying to interject?
Right. So I think there's a difference. And one thing that you can tell is it's a sense. So what I say to people is, if you're in your mind, that's not the answer. Intuition feels often is quiet and soft and knowing. So again, one advice I give people is just take a decision that you have to make. Any decision, even a small one. And close your eyes, take a pause, take a deep breath, and ask yourself this question: what feels most peaceful? You'll notice when you do that, you go right to your body. You go right in here, which is where intuition usually shows up. Because again, we don't need the logical brain. Most people say, what makes sense? And you notice when you ask that question, you start to focus
Go into
up,
your head.
You start to focus up here, and that's not where you're going to hear it. So I think for people noticing where it is in the body and where they're starting when they're starting to question.
I love that. What gives you peace? Okay, we ran out of time, but really quick, a simple practice or a tip you can give our viewers to help strengthen that intuition and listening to it.
Get quiet, because that's when it speaks. So calm yourself, do exercises and stillness to get really quiet.
Get quiet. I love it. Ellen, thank you so much. Appreciate your time. And the Live Your Jam podcast is awesome. It's about big shifts, brave moves, and boldly living what lights you up. You can subscribe on YouTube, Spotify, and Apple. For more information, you can also visit liveyourjam.com.